Thrifting decor can be one of the best ways to curate a unique style in your home. There's something really special about having a blend of old and new items that really reflect you. My name is Alyssa Salerno. I'm a content strategist for the Stephanie Salerno team, a group of realtors working out of Massachusetts and Connecticut. And today I'm going to show you my tips and tricks for thrifting home decor and making it a space that you love to be in. Not only am I a content strategist, I'm an avid thrifter myself. So this is a tried and true method that I have created to make my home and curate it into what it is today. So let's get into it. Identify the needs of your space. Focus on specific spaces at a time and their functions. Don't overcrowd spaces and make sure that you're being intentional. The best way to keep things really intentional is by creating a mood board. Head over to Pinterest and start making boards, one each for different spaces in your home. So have one for the kitchen, have one for your entryway, your basement, your living room, your bedroom. Don't worry if the space in the photos looks like yours. Choose photos because they really draw you in. Just pin it to your board. Once your boards start filling out, you're gonna wanna draw comparisons between photos. You're gonna scroll through all of those pins that you just put up and you'll see common threads, right? Maybe each photo has plants in terracotta pots. Maybe a common thread is really interesting light fixtures. There might be a building material that you're really drawn to. So for me, that's copper and wood, but for you, that could be a really dark industrial metal pipe. Did you see any bookshelves on your vision boards? If you did, pay attention to the details. What is on those shelves? Bookshelves offer a lot of functional storage in your home and also give you the opportunity to style them beautifully. What's hanging on the walls? Are there friendly photos? Are there paintings? Are there gallery walls? Are there baskets? What about a gallery wall? What do the frames look like? Take that time to identify what it is that you really love and draws you to that photo and how you can emulate that in your space. If this is not your forte, that's totally fine. This may feel really overwhelming at first, but don't worry. Start really small and take it one room at a time. So for example, right now I'm working on my entryway. So what do I need? I need a place to sit where I can take off and put on my shoes. I need a mirror for outfit checks. I need somewhere to store my shoes. And I need a place to store my keys. I would love to add little pieces of decor here and there, but that's my framework that I'm working off of and I don't want to overcrowd my space. So I'll start there, and if I find something that I really love, then maybe I'll add that in after the fact. Okay. Now that you've identified what you want, there are a few different places that you can go to buy these items. Antique stores are often mom and pop shops and are more curated by the owners. For this reason, they oftentimes are a little bit more expensive. Because of this though, there's usually a lot less junk to sort through. And while this isn't always the case, items in an antique store are usually in much better condition for their age. Sometimes the person that's selling the items might even have a little bit of history or background information on them, and typically they are actually vintage or antiques, depending on their age. Consignment stores are very similar, but they're going to carry a larger range of items from any time period. Thrift stores are typically an assortment of items from people who have donated things to those stores. And while there are mom and pop thrift stores, which are personally my favorite, there are also big chain stores such as Savers or Goodwill or Salvation Army. Thrift stores are going to have every and anything in them. And I think that a lot of people find them to be very intimidating. So here are some tips and tricks that I use as I'm going shopping. Go in there with a specific goal in mind. If you're looking for frames, say go directly to the frame section. And this one's actually a little bit of a trick because in most stores, there are two frame sections. There's one for like empty photo frames and then there's another for pieces of art. I recommend checking out both. But go in there and look at those two places first because otherwise you can kind of get overwhelmed by the massive amounts of objects that you're looking at. Once you're done sorting through all of those, then you can go around the rest of the store and kind of peruse at the other items that they may have that day. Super important is to always browse aisles 2 times. This is especially true in those big chain thrift stores. There are a lot of items that they just shove onto those shelves. Make sure that you're looking not just at eye level, make sure you're looking on the shelves on top and the shelves down below, and make sure you're moving to see those things. So maybe you need to crouch down to see what's on the lowest shelf. That's totally fine. Take your time scanning and always do it twice over so that you're really getting a feel and a look at what they have to offer. Lastly, and certainly not least, is Facebook Marketplace, and this is my personal favorite. I'd say most of the items in my home that I have thrifted are actually from Facebook Marketplace because it's a great way to get pre-loved items directly from other people, and oftentimes you can kind of haggle the price. It is typically the least expensive option. You may have to go drive a considerable distance to get what it is that you're looking for, but oftentimes it's worth it because the prices on Facebook Marketplace are much better. People are just looking to get rid of their item and get a little cash in the meantime. It's kind of like a tag sale, but you don't actually have to go around to tag sales. Okay, so here's the tips to shopping on Facebook Marketplace. It, like any other social media platform, has an algorithm and you need to curate it to your own personal taste. So if you go on Facebook Marketplace and you're like, all this stuff is junk, you're not looking through it enough. You have to spend the time to actually click on things that you're interested in. If you really like an item, they have like a save option or like a like button. Make sure you're doing that, because then even if you're not planning on buying that specific item, you are telling Marketplace, hey, I really like this thing and I would like to see more of that. I'm in the market for this. You need to teach the algorithm what it is that you're going to be shopping for, and so it will start showing you those things. And use the search bar like you would any other search engine. You're not just going to want to search decor. Say your style is really modern farmhouse. Type that into the search bar, saying modern farmhouse coffee table, and see what it pulls up, and do that same thing. Click on the ones that you like and save them. That is going to give the algorithms the opportunity to learn what style it is that you're looking for and push those items back at you. Eventually, when you open your Facebook Marketplace, it's going to be a very curated list of things that you would want to buy. And I think that that's where people go wrong with Facebook Marketplace, is they open it for the first time and they're like, this is a whole bunch of junk, but you just have to spend the time to train it. I promise it doesn't take very long. When I open up Facebook Marketplace, I'd say like 80% of the items that I see are things that I'm like, I could see that in my house. I get why they showed me this. So take that time, and then it's going to give you better options than you're ever going to find in the thrift store, because that is just a random mixing of items. Don't be afraid to adjust your vision. When it comes to getting secondhand items, you are getting things that are really unique, and you can't always plan for exactly what they're going to look like. You don't want to pigeonhole yourself into one specific item. Sometimes you are going into the store and you're looking for a candelabra, but you walk out with a clock because you're like, wow, this is perfect, and that's totally fine. Break the rules. If you love it and it's within your budget, go for it. Home design is one of the greatest extensions of yourself, your personality, and what matters to you. Whether it's cottage core or eclectic and maximal, or a clean girl aesthetic, modern farmhouse, minimalist and modern, there is nothing better than walking into your home at the end of the day and feeling so joyful and at peace in a place that you created that you can just relax into. So I'm challenging you to give yourself that gift. As always, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you liked this video, feel free to share it with a friend or just like it down below, and subscribe to our channel. We put out content pertaining to home ownership and videos like this. So we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.